Well, guys, finally broke down and did it. Dude bought some pantyhose. I really like them. They're really nice and soft. But get your mind out of the gutter because that's not what we're using them for, folks. We are using them on the layout. It's the first time I've done this, actually. Not wearing them. Let me show you guys what I've been doing so far. Woo! So as you can see, I have been doing some ground covering here. Doing some static grass stuff as the pantyhose decides it wants to cling to the side of the layout there. Anyway, so yeah, I just finished gluing this down, doing some multicolored grass there, as you can see. Glue's still drying. I just laid this down. I laid this part of stuff, quite a while ago, actually. It's probably been, earlier this year. And I also did the grass all the way around there, just kind of a preliminary grass. Kind of messing with this area back here. Kind of looks like a nice corner to have the junkyard stuff there. What I'm focusing on right now is this particular corner here because I need to get this area in particular done so I can get the bridge put on there and be able to finish laying the track across the bridge there. So I need to get this area done mostly. That's what I'm focusing on right now. I put in my dirt road right here, which is going to lead to the engine and maintenance car maintenance facility, whichever you want to call it there. Car maintenance, locomotive maintenance shop that I kind of just decided that building was going to be good for. I'm going to obviously cut the, I guess I'm going to cut the cork back. I'm not sure on that. I actually might put this on its own base. But it has a nice side door right there for trucks to pull up and deliver goods. So that's what this is intending to mimic. I have to figure out exactly where I want to put that. But for now, that's where he's living. Might put him a little bit further back here. I'm not sure yet. But that is my locomotive maintenance shop. Also services some of the railroads, box cars, coal cars, hopper cars, whatever happens to be sitting in their yard during that time that happens to need a new wheel, something like that, needs a little bit of work on the brake system. That's where it goes. So I'm working on that area right there. I'm kind of just messing around with this area right here. I've been moving these buildings around on the layout as I keep working on the layout over the months here. I really haven't worked on it for the last 4 or 5 months. Being that it's wintertime and being that I'm snowed in today and probably likely tomorrow, it's a good opportunity to go ahead and do some work on the layout. So I've got all my stuff out, and that's what we're doing. I will say I tried, this has kind of been an experiment for me. I like to experiment with stuff while I'm working on new areas, and I did try some of the Eileen's tacky spray to put down the grass over here. This was an area that I did previously. This I did last night. You can tell there's a definite color difference, even though it's the same static grass. That's because I used the Eileen spray glue on that. Not going to be too terribly big of an issue. I'm going to try to blend that in a little bit better. But one thing I did notice was that the Eileen's glue did sort of shrink in some places when it dried. You can kind of see right there how it kind of separated a little bit there. And there's a few other areas back up in here. Now I decided to just drizzle some regular white glue across there and sprinkle down some static grass that happens to be the Harvest Gold, I think it's called. So I wanted to have a little bit of a dry grass mixed in, just kind of a summery / fally, kind of an real early fall, kind of like the dry season. The grass is starting to dry up a little bit. It gives it a nice variation in color. And the end of summer, basically, is kind of what I'm shooting for, or maybe just a dry summer where they haven't had a whole lot of rain. Either way, I just like the variation in color, and I need an excuse to lay it. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So the pantyhose has been coming in handy laying the dirt down. I shoveled dirt with a spoon from my front yard, and that's after sifting it, baking it, and sifting it. So what I did was I mixed it with some of this light brown tile grout, non-sanded, and I'm using that to tint the dirt, and that gives me the lighter color that you see over here. And I kind of made the pattern that specific way to kind of show that the truck traffic kind of more or less goes on the sides. This little middle area really isn't driven on a whole lot. That's just the way I decided to do that. And I think it looks pretty daggum good. Unfortunately, being N scale, it's kind of hard to do dirt that looks realistic because the scale is so small that even sifting it through pantyhose, it may technically be a little bit too big, but I think it still looks pretty good nonetheless. So that's as good as I can do right now, and so that's what I'm going to live with. I need to do a little bit of cleaning up over here. I got a little bit of the static grass kind of painted over a little bit there. That's okay. I can probably just pick some of that out actually. So this is kind of where I'm just kind of storing some of the random locomotives right now that I'm using as testing. Got these earlier this year at the train, or actually last... No, I did get these this year at the train show, that's right. Which I will be going to the Rocky Mountain Train Show on the weekend right after Thanksgiving, and I will be having a video on that, so stay tuned for that. So anyway, that's where I'm at so far. I know it's been a long time since I've done a layout update. That's because it's been a long time since I've actually been doing anything productive on the layout. As you can see, I really haven't done much of anything at all. Except, as I said, laying down the grass. And like I said, this area over here is really where I've been focusing on my attention. But a lot of this is kind of a pain because you got to paint stuff, glue stuff, and then you got to let it dry. The drying time is what makes it take a little bit longer. So I do just a little bit here, a little bit there, as it tickles my fancy. I got the road laid, kind of a rough road so far. I'm going to put buildings over here. They're going to be on their own concrete base. That is what the for sale signs are for. At least that's what I think I'm going to use them for. I might use something a little bit thicker than that. I do not know yet, but we shall find out. And one thing I will say is that I'm not terribly happy with the black paper that I used on this. I thought it would be better because it's textured, but it kind of seems to want to keep peeling up on me. So I used this sugar paint. Got this Hobby Lobby on clearance. They don't sell this stuff anymore, this particular brand. It's kind of a dark gray. It's not exactly black. In fact, it actually even says dark gray. Look at that right there. So that's what I've been using to spray on here to kind of blend it in. I'm not terribly happy with this, but I've already got it laid down. I'm going to kind of go and try to touch it up with the glue here and there to get it stuck down. And I think that's about it right now, guys. So, yeah. It's coming along pretty good. Alright, guys. This will be the end of the video. Peace out, and we'll see you again real soon. Bye-bye.